Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today we're diving into Data.io Corporation's latest report, and let's just say they're showing off some interesting results from the tail end of last year. Get ready, because we're about to unpack what their fourth quarter of 2025 numbers really mean for the company's future. And before we dive in, if you love getting clear, no-nonsense analysis of big company reports, smash that subscribe button. Also, join our Discord community linked in the description below for even more exclusive insights and discussions. Alright, so we're looking at a report from Data.io Corporation, a company that has been around for a while, focusing on semiconductor programming and related equipment. This isn't a sprawling multi-billion-dollar giant, but rather a more specialized player in a critical tech niche. What is exciting in this filing is that it covers their fourth quarter of 2025 results. This is the period that really sets the stage for their annual performance and gives us a snapshot of how they wrapped up the year. The first thing that jumps out is the date. This report is from the 26th of February 2026, covering events that happened up to that point. It means we're getting pretty fresh news about their financial condition and operational results. It's always good to see a company reporting in a timely manner, showing they are keeping up with their obligations. Now, Data.io, like many companies traded on public exchanges, has its common stock listed. Their stock trades under the ticker symbol DIO on the Nasdaq exchange. This is the main way investors buy and sell shares of the company, so its performance is a key indicator of how the market views their current and future prospects. When we talk about their financial results, this stock ticker is what most people will be watching. The core of this report and what we're really here for is under Results of Operation and Financial Condition. This section, along with attached exhibits, gives us the juicy details on how the company performed financially. It is where we look for the numbers that tell the story of their sales, their profits, and their overall financial health. And the big reveal comes in the form of a press release filed as Exhibit 99. This press release is essentially the company's official announcement of their fourth quarter 2025 financial results. It is where they highlight their key achievements and financial figures for that period. Think of it as the company's own summary before we dive into the more detailed tables. They are reporting on their fourth quarter of 2025, and it was presented on the 26th of February 2026. Let's think about what these financial results mean. When a company reports its fourth quarter results, it is the final piece of the puzzle for their entire fiscal year. It tells us how they finished the year, whether it was strong or weak, potentially revealing trends that will carry into the next year. For Data.io, the semiconductor industry can be quite cyclical, meaning demand can fluctuate quite a bit. Companies in this space are often sensitive to overall economic conditions and the capital spending plans of larger chip manufacturers. If demand for semiconductors is high, Data.io's programming and testing equipment will be in higher demand. If the chip industry is slowing down, their sales can take a hit. So the fourth quarter results give us a crucial insight into where they stand at the end of the year, and how well they navigated whatever the semiconductor market threw at them during 2025. While this specific filing doesn't contain the detailed financial tables in the main body, the press release it references would contain the key numbers. We'd be looking for things like revenue, which is the total money they brought in from sales. Then, we'd examine their gross profit, which is revenue minus the direct costs of making their products. Operating income tells us if their core business operations are profitable. And finally, net income, or the bottom line, shows us how much profit is left after all expenses. We'd also be keenly interested in any year, over-year comparisons, for instance. Did their revenue grow compared to the fourth quarter of 2024? If revenue is up 10%, that is good. If it is down 10%, that means they're bringing in $1 less for every $10 they used to bring in, potentially indicating challenges in sales or market demand. We'd also look at profitability metrics. If their net income margin, that is the percentage of revenue that turns into profit, is shrinking, it might mean their costs are rising faster than their sales, or they are facing increased competition forcing them to lower prices. And finally, confirming the accuracy of this report, we see the signature of Charles J. DeBona. He holds the position of Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. This signature signifies that the company's Chief Financial Executive has reviewed and approved the information presented in this filing, adding a layer of official endorsement to the disclosed results. This is the person ultimately responsible for the financial reporting of the company. Looking at Data.io Corporation as a whole, based on this type of report, we're seeing a company that operates in a specialized but vital part of the technology sector. Their success hinges on the health of the semiconductor industry. If the industry is booming, they likely see increased demand for their programming and testing solutions. If there is a downturn, they'll feel the pinch As a smaller, more focused company, agility and innovation are key. They need to stay ahead of the curve in terms of the technologies they support, which are constantly evolving with new chip designs and manufacturing processes. A key risk for companies like Data.io is the rapid pace of technological change. If they don't keep up with the latest semiconductor technologies, their equipment could become obsolete, impacting their sales and market position. Another factor is customer concentration. If a large portion of their revenue comes from a small number of major clients, the loss of even one of those clients could have a significant impact. Competition is also a constant factor, with other companies vying for market share in semiconductor test and programming solutions. In conclusion, this 8K filing, by referencing the press release, gives us a direct look at Data.io Corporation's year and financial performance for 2025. While the details would be in that press release, the filing signals a focus on reporting their operational results. For investors and observers, this is the moment to scrutinize those specific numbers, revenue growth, profitability trends, and any forward-looking statements to gauge the company's health and its prospects in the dynamic semiconductor market. Alright, that is our breakdown of Data.io's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description to continue the conversation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.